let's look into May. La cucarachas, la cucarachas. Ya no puede caminar. Okay, so that's Hangman getting a new perspective. No, that's Hangman in reverse. Refusing to change. That's what racism is. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. The epitome of that is Steve. He paused his treatments. Are we talking Charles? Excuse me for all my people who may be overseas. King Charles. Interesting. King Charles. He gets the reverse devil card. And the Emperor reverse card. I don't understand King Charles, though, because, well, no, I did get that that was a body double. Bam. Okay. So, oh, that's interesting. Both of these are major arcana, right? So the Emperor in reverse and the El Diablo in reverse. They're both major arcana. Um, but they bode well for me because, like I said, we're talking about Charles real quick. Coming by, and look, we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Ace of Cups. Charles's visit was interesting. I got a feeling he saw somebody else. Did he talk to Susie? That's the Queen of Swords in upright. I didn't get that until now. That's a really good question. What did they talk about? Oh, when I say he read them for filth in English speaking, I was like, ooh, do they understand? Do they understand? Because, listen, I'm an American. I was born here. But I read books as a kid. I read a book a day, a 200 to 300 page book every single day of my youth. And a lot of my books were based in England. This is very interesting, though. Um, that Ace of Cups and with the Queen of Swords, that's a big thing. It feels really big. Okay, so hold on. And then right behind that is again the Queen of Cups and the Greedy Merchant, the Nine of Cups in reverse. Y'all, this was a royal ass visit because what's next? The Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay. All right. So that's three queens. Did he meet with the Democrats alone? Did he have a chance to? He met with people. I know that. He definitely met with people. He's here like all week, from what I understand. So he's meeting with people, but he definitely met with people because, and I'm seeing that looking at the Six of Pentacles. As I told you, there's a change of guard happening. And Six of Pentacles was one of those cards to tell me that. So I think he definitely met with Warren, Pelosi. Like, I think he met with the older ones, but I also think he met with the stronger ones too. Who else did he meet with? Because you know they have him under surveillance. They want to know who he's meeting with too. They know he's not just here for that. They know he's not just here for Trump. They know that. They know that. Because just like, okay, I'm reading the cards 2 by 2 in case y'all didn't know. So I have 2 by 2. So the Six of Pentacles and then the Empress is also showing up. Again, an Empress and 3 Queens. I'm getting goosies. This was a very important meeting, especially because this is the third major arcana to come out. But again, we're still dealing with a lot of royals here, y'all. Okay. So he read the entire Congress for Fifth, and then the fact that they went and voted against our rights the next day was like, whoa. Did you not hear him? But again, we know that some of those people are on the take, and oh my God, let me be at their arraignment, please. Or at least let me sit in front of an 85-inch screen and watch it live. I want to see everything. I want to watch C. Thomas be walked across in handcuffs as he should have been 40 years ago. I want to see Kavanaugh cry like that boy from Kenosha, whatever his name was. I forget his name, the little white boy who blubbered like a bitch. Sorry. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know who exactly, Karma. I just like really feel like it's not a big group of people because we don't want to give things away, but it's not so small that it looks like you're doing something. So it's like, I am hearing establishment Dems mostly. I am hearing that, and I'm feeling that he gave them a dressing down. Like, what the hell are you doing? Exactly. So 6 of Cups and the Chariot in reverse, he reminded them, right? So you saw it a little bit in that speech if you caught any of the clips or watched it. He was like, you have a Magna Carta. And I don't think people understand the irony of the King of England. Granted, he's powerless, but he still has oomph. Okay. The King of England coming to its errant child, America, and telling America, bitch, you better remember who you are. You fought me. You fought me for your freedom. How dare you give it to somebody stupid? You could have been under me still. Like, you want a king? Come back. Like, you want a king? Come back. I'll be your king. You want that? No, like, serious? Okay, child, you want emancipation. What are you doing? How you going? Oh, it's funny. Like, the irony is my little self is sitting in 11th grade American history class, like looking at this television or at the screen, like the King of England is really over here reminding us about our Magna Carta. What? What the hell is happening? This timeline is weird as F. It's like the King of England. You remember George? You remember Tea Party? You remember all that? Like, wow. Oh man. The irony is like so lost on so many people because it's like the King of England is coming and telling you, get your ass together or I'm going to come back. He didn't say that, but like, if you want a king, come here. I'll be your king. Give me some money. You said on your morning call at work, get me off this timeline. For real. For real. I know. Sean's probably asleep, child. Um, it was just so weird. And then to see him standing at the front of, like, first of all, that's weird as F. To have another leader addressing our Congress. That's how I know there is no T Rump. Cause what? What? How you let another man take your dais or whatever, however you pronounce it? How you let another man lead your country? That is just, oh, my stomach said not about that. Cause I'm like, what is happening? And then they just, what is happening? Yeah, let's make Harry and okay, you really want a king? I mean, Megan, I respect you, girl, but Harry was supposed to be my husband. Like, aren't we like the same age? Anyway, yeah, let's make Harry and Meghan, nah, the king and queen of America, for real. Oh man, oh my god, I was just like, if I knew I had a shot with Harry all them years ago, I would have shot it. I would have shot my shot. It was so confusing to see the King of England leading. Because when I first turned on the screen, I was like, where are we? Is this Parliament? Because I'm thinking he's talking in front of Parliament or something. And then people are like, oh, look at Congress. I'm like, he don't have a Congress. He has a Parliament. Wait. That's oh my God, he came here. Oh, wow. Wait, why is he leading our Congress? I was so messed up. Because I'm sitting back in 11th grade history class, the class I hated, because that lady would have definitely been a MAGA. She definitely would have been a MAGA back in 1997. Because I swear, she got aroused at the thought of Davy Crockett. Okay? I hated the class so much because I knew they were teaching lies. I just couldn't explain it. But anyway, it was so weird. It was just so weird. It was just like, even now, I feel uneasy about the fact that the King of England stood in front of Congress and led Congress. Like, he didn't go to a stage. He was in our rotunda. Like, this is wrong. Can you imagine 400 years in the past what the King George and our President George must have thought? Like, they're rolling in their graves. They're rolling in their graves. King Charles is also a Scorpio. That's right. He could, I remember hearing that. He could be our King of Cups, though. He really could in some instances when it shows up. Because now I'm like trying to revisit some of the reading. Well, we only had a couple readings last week where the King of Cups just kept coming up. And I'm like, was that Charles? You wonder if some other important folks traveled here with him for the upcoming reveal. You know what? There's that, right? That while he was here being the magician, there could have been other people, like actual people with rules and stuff, like who have power in this country, doing other stuff with people here. Yes, that absolutely could have been happening. But what I'm telling you here is like he reminded them that you are feckless. He reminded them that you have a duty. Like this is Chariot in reverse. This is six of cups. He really came here to remind them, like, get the fuck up, because the rest of us is hurting. And it's true. Like if this thing, and it doesn't teach anybody anything because Americans don't learn. And I say that as an American, but every election is just so frustrating because it's like I didn't realize how many stupid people lived in this country. How many selfish people lived in this country, you know. Um, but they don't learn because people are still talking about not voting. It's like, bitch, you didn't vote last time. Did you get exempt from higher groceries? Did you get exempt from higher gas? Did you get exempt from any of this? No. But for the intelligent people, hopefully, those who are able to critically think, hopefully, we now realize that it really is a freaking circle of life. Our elections impact the world. The world's elections don't always impact us. They don't. But some of the other countries do, right? But if anything, because we had been the palantir of the world, to use a better metaphor, because and I'm saying we, but I ain't part of this, but I was ignorant to a lot of it. Um, we were bullies. We were the criminals. We were the robbers. We were Epsteining the entire world. The entire world. And so our idiot class affected the entire world. So when people are like, oh my God, stay out of our business, they can't stay out of our business. They can't, because our business is literally their business, right? Um, like think about it. And I said this the other night, but we really taught Ira, oh, you should have been charging. And now they're never going to go back to letting us go free. Like that deal would have to be so sweet, and I doubt they would make it anytime soon. It'll probably be 20, 30 years from now before they go, okay, y'all can go through. Like the world is permanently changed because of idiots, racist, sexist, apathetic idiots, like the ones who stayed home, like it's weird. And to hear people still saying, well, what does voting do? You know what? I hope you're first. That's all. I hope you're first. Whatever they're planning, I hope you're first. I hope you were first. I hope that's what they do first. They'll probably start with the ones who actually do vote. But in my perfect world, it would be all the people who could have but didn't. I hope you're first. Because you don't give a shit about anybody else. I'm just saying. But that said, this is very interesting. We got the Page of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So this is, again, being released from the backstabbing. And this, again, is one of our whistleblowers. So I do think they were meeting. I think they've made a plan. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Okay, because the other thing that got leaked, you guys, is, and I wonder if this is brand damage control. Going back to Shady, right? So one, we learn that he is not for whatever Kegs is doing, right? But the other thing I learned this week in a expose is that Cottontail, Peter, told him that he had to refuse and refute everything the Pope said. And when I read that, I was like, why do I know this? Who let that information out? Why would I know what Peter told Shady? This is this brand control to say, hey, I don't really believe that about you. I just had to do that because somebody's pulling my string. Like, what was that? I don't understand. I don't understand why I know this. I'm telling you, that man's about to separate himself from these people. They just came out with reports on lives lost from the U.S. U.S. aid cuts, hundreds of thousands. Of course it is. I mean, think about the fact that food didn't get over. Then you have the medicines and child. Okay. It's so infuriating that 1/3 of Americans who can are not registered. We're not even talking about, oh, I stayed home. It's like, no, you didn't even bother to register. Okay. Yeah, the Queen never had to give a speech to Congress to remind them. Now, mind you, she could have, because we have had some Congress that needed some talking to, such as McConnell. Has he died yet? Is he in hospice? Is he in hospice? Okay. I want to get to May because we're getting late, so I don't want to keep you guys. They will him out to vote. But where are they wheeling him from? I think he's in hospice. Just remember, I think it was in Texas. They had somebody who was in a home, a nursing home, some woman. And they would not let people know that she was sick because they didn't want to give up her seat. Okay. So here's the thing. There definitely was a wake-up call. There was definitely a wake-up call. Because you guys, we got the Hangman and we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this is recovery, hope, reaching out for help, acceptance, and relief. You know, I know people are saying nobody's going to come help save us, but I promise you, there's help here. I'm reading help right now because look at this. That's the Six of Swords. That's transitioning. That's the Ace of Wands. That is strength and power. That's the Five of Wands, avoiding conflict. That's the Six of Wands, fire, fire, fire. And then, sword. These are fast. And then that's the Eight of Swords, breaking free. Breaking free of what? Of the lies, of the being sold out in greed, and then getting our country back. That's crazy. This is interesting. I think the sentiment of the world did change on us a little bit because think about how mad they were last year. They were almost as mad as me, right? But now that they see that they are letting the same kind of stuff seep into their own societies, there's a little difference here. And I'm actually starting to see that in the chats too, where it's like a little bit more compassion as opposed to wake the fuck up. It's like, come on, guys, we need you to fight, So there's a tone change, right? Especially when we're not talking to bots. So this Judgment card in reverse feels like not judging us necessarily, but being like, come on, like do it, because they are watching us from afar. There's a Two of Wands here, but I do see support. Three of Cups. There is support for us. We're not in this alone. We're not. We're not in this alone. But we do have a tough decision to make, and it needs to be made immediately. This is a Two of Swords. We do not have much time. I don't say that to be fear-mongering. I say that to be real life. Real life. Because the drone police state is next. They're working on it now. Peter and Alex don't give a shit about us, and they're the ones in charge. If y'all don't know who Alex is, look him up. That man, besides the fact that he's obviously on something powdery or white or I don't know drugs. He's obviously on some, but he hates human beings. He talks about killing people flippantly. If you haven't seen the interview with Peter talking about transhuman, he took way too long to answer an interview question of, do you believe humans are worth saving? And his answer was disturbing. Let me see if I can find it. Because I want y'all to hear this. Peter, transhuman. Okay, let me share it real quick. I'm going to show you Alex in a second. Alex is... when I tell you, those people don't need Jesus. They need Cronus. They need to go back to the beginning of time. Like, they need to be back into the cesspool. They need to be erased. Okay. So this is the interview. The timing is extremely critical. And I was saying last year, we needed to do it before the end of the year. And look what happened. At the beginning of the year, we entered our first war. Our first war, kind of, with Venezuela. Kind of. There was not exactly a war. I don't know what that was, but whatever. All right. So this is Peter. Let me pull this over so that you guys can watch. Okay. I think it's only 3 minutes because that pause was so long.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so, it's always, I don't know, transhumanism is this, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body. And
that's what they're planning. We have Neuralink and we have AI. And we have missing people from the last year. Tinfoil hat on, ladies. That's the guy over Palantir. Let's see his co-CEO. Like, when I tell y'all, I'm so perpetually online that I see this shit. And it's like, do y'all not realize how important this is? And people are going, I don't want to vote. You need to effing vote because we need people to extricate these people out of our lives. And he continues. He continues. Like there's like almost 3 minutes more to that little clip. I'm not going to go into it. Just the fact that he took that long ass time to answer that. So this is the other one. Let's see if I can find it by this word. Okay, here we go. This is Alex Karp, his co-CEO or whatever he's called.
Alex, as always, we have a lot of individual investors on the line. Is there anything you'd like to say before we end the call?
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am. Let's not talk to analysts about the burden of being right, our burdens of investing in ontology, our burdens of actually looking at the math, the burden of reading what the rule of 40 is, the burden of being honest about what an enterprise software company is, or the burden of explaining to your friends that you're really happy. Maybe we should just stop talking about it. I'm very happy to have you along for the journey, and you are partners for us. Every Palantirian, we are crushing it. Everyone else who's listening, we are dedicating our company. We have dedicated our company to the service of the West and the United States of America, and we're super proud of the role we play, especially in places we can't talk about. And we love our success in the U.S. and globally. Also, we are doing in the United Kingdom and many other places. Palantir is here to disrupt and make the institutions we partner with the very best in the world, and when it's necessary, to scare enemies and on occasion kill them. And we hope you're in favor of that. We hope you're enjoying being a partner, and we're really happy and very, very focused on what we're doing.
Yeah, he said that. He said that. He said that. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. I just want you to see how this doped up man. Yeah, he said that.
We're getting wealthy off of killing Palestinians. Palantir kills Palestinians with their AI and technology.
Oh.
We're killing my family in Palestine.
Yeah. And
What kind of person are you? How do you sleep at night?
Well, if you
Shame on you.
do, you want to hear my answer?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So, I think the primary cause of death to Palestinians. Okay. Do you want to hear the answer, or do you want to yell? Well, you don't want to hear an answer? Obviously. So the primary source of death in Palestine is the fact that Hamas has realized that there are millions and millions of useful idiots.
AI and your technology from Palantir.
Meanwhile, we're the useful idiot. Okay, so watch him be hopped up.
When we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago, hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago, or more. When I made this, every decision Palantir made, FDEs, going public, building products, enterprise, large data sets, going to government, acknowledging American superiority, being pro-meritocracy, launching an AI platform, calling into question that AI models would actually be able to perform without orchestration. Every single one, our ontology, every single one of those was when we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago.
I think he is on that white girl. No insult to white women, but they do call certain things. Yeah, he's on that stuff. He's on something. He doesn't so his stuff must be a little.
When we began talking, annoying each other 10 years ago, hopefully I'm annoying you as much as 10 years ago.
We have a bunch of
or more
drug addicts running
when
purposes. We really do. And if you want to watch the interview, just look it up, and these people will scare you. Then hold on, let me just show you how scary this thing is. This is why we have to get these people out of our different countries. Hold what was the thing called? Davos, Billionaires. Hold on, Billionaires. People don't own. I don't know if it's here. I know it was on IG, but I don't know if I can find it. People don't own homes or something like that. They had that's 57 seconds. Yeah, so there was, I don't know if I can find it, but there was a clip of all the people at the Switzerland meeting that just took place in January or February. And they were talking about how people don't, and the way that they couch things, if you noticed when Peter was talking, he was like, we want to solve the problem. Like they try to couch it as if it's helping humans, and it's not. And that's one of the things I've been wrestling with this year, is about the cost of convenience. Because think about it, we wanted 2-day shipping, we got Amazon, right? Amazon doesn't treat its people well. People can die in the warehouse. They walk past them. I've seen it. This isn't made up stuff. I've seen it. My son worked, like for instance, during COVID, my son worked there and someone died on his floor during lunch, and they had to keep working right around the body until somebody came and got it.
We meet for the 20th. I hope I will have the pleasure still to be invited for the meeting. When we meet for the 20th Governance Summit, you will use the app like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. No, Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic, who told me in 2030, Los Angeles will be private car-driven free. And this...
Well, that's one of the people, but this wasn't the actual, this is just one of the billionaires. But there was somebody else, she was like, you won't even own a microwave. Like, why would you need to even own that? You can just lease it. You can just, and I'm like, we're sick of subscription models. Like, we're sick of not owning anything. Like, hell, I was just talking on a thread and people were like, I want DVDs back. I want to own my music. Like, I mean, the internet goes down, then what? You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, it must have been on IG, and I don't want to sign in to do IG, and I don't think the person moved their thing over to YouTube. If you make videos, by the way, if you make videos on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff, share your stuff to, if you make it on the other platforms, the Meta stuff especially, share your stuff on YouTube, please. Because it's easier to search and find. How can it be stopped? That's like the best question. And I think the best answer to that is to stop supporting them, stop giving money to them. Like, okay, so like for instance, the ring thing, right? Have y'all seen the ring thing that's supposed to keep track of you and your health, and you can change your, like, think about it. This is the cost of convenience. The cost of convenience is giving up your autonomy, right? So he's talking about self-driven cars. Guess what that means? Somebody doesn't work. Someone has lost an income, and it's like they've trained us to hate each other, to not want each other, to not need each other. So it's like, oh, sure, I'll self-check out. I didn't get paid to buy my grocery. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, the cost of convenience. Like, you have to think of the cost of convenience. And like, while I love my cell phone, think about, okay, Face ID. Face ID seemed like such a good thing to help protect your phone or whatever. Well, guess what happened? They now have your biometrics. So it's like, now you can scan my face. You can hold a phone up, like, you now own my biometrics. Like, that's horrible. Think about people making all these AI things. I was a first pioneer with AI. I loved AI. And occasionally I still do, because it does help me with my books and stuff. But I don't use it as much anymore because these people have shown themselves to be absolute shit. They like Sam Altman. Like, are you serious? I can't stand him now, and I can't wait to go watch his arraignment and sit at his thing. His, like, my popcorn is gonna be big, big thing of popcorn. All right. Like, it just pisses me off because it's like, why can't we just be human beings, bro? Like, why are you? I mean, it started with the fingerprint, right? Well, I guess with Samsung, it still is the fingerprint thing. But with Amazon, with iPhone, it's a face. And it's like, oh yeah, security thing. But then think about the two-factor security. I've been locked out of stuff that's mine, that I paid for, that I should be able to own, such as my Ancestry DNA reports, because of the two-factor thing. It's like, if you don't have the same email, if you have a series of unfortunate events like I did, where you lose your phone and your computer at the same time, so nothing you've ever signed into private things with work, so now you're locked out because you don't have the same phone number, or you don't have the same phone, and then they like use two-factor, but you can't use two-factor because two-factor was on the phone that no longer works because mine slipped in oil. Don't ask. So it's like, now I'm locked out of my stuff. But I thought two-factor was supposed to be convenient and protect me from people stealing my stuff. But now I can't even get back into it because I can't prove who I am because I don't have some random letters. Like, it was so funny because I'm talking to somebody on Ancestry DNA, and I'm like, here are the people that I'm related to. And she's like, but your tree is public, so how do I know it's you? Girl, ask me a different question. Ask me the birthday of some of them, please. Like, yeah, so safe I can't get back in. My Gmail account that I had since 2010, I can't get back in. I had other stuff on there. I can't get back in it. So there are things that I'm locked out of because of two-factor, which, bad people make things worse for good people. But anyway, like, why does Ancestry DNA have two-factor 10 years later? It's crazy. But the cost of convenience, bro, it's not worth it. Like, being able to get Lyft or Uber, guess what? You put taxi drivers out for the most part. DoorDash or whatever, the cost of convenience. Like, now people know what you eat and how you eat, and like, they're tracking all of that stuff. Memorizing phone numbers, we don't do that anymore. So it's like, you're giving away your autonomy. Six of Pentacles, you have given away your power for the cost of convenience. So it's like, I think we have to consciously make ourselves inconvenient. There are some things I don't want to give up, like the internet, but that's one of those things I wish I never knew her. That kind of thing. Because now I can't give up the internet. Like, I'm 20 years into the internet. So it's like, I like connecting to people, but we live under threat of them being able to just cut off our internet. What happens when we're not prepared to no longer communicate? It's wild. I saw earlier this year when AWS went down, or Cloudflare went down, and I couldn't use Canva or ChatGPT. That's what I was trying to use it for, or last year, I don't remember. And I didn't realize there were thousands of businesses that use that. Well, guess what? Those people couldn't work. 10 of Swords. Like, we're being told to step away, like, be intentionally inconvenient. The cost of convenience. Get our autonomy back. Be leaders again. Like, have our independence. That's required. Reject the shit they're giving us, because they're not giving it to us for good reason. That's the thing I've learned the most in this last year and a half, is that people who are, I don't want to say rich people, and honestly, I try not to narrow focus to just white men, because they are the problem right now. But it's like learning that people really don't have your humanity in mind, just where they plan to go with it in the next like 10 years is crazy. Like, they long-term plan how they're going to hurt you. Like, this has been Peter Thiel's thought for the last 30 years, and it started with PayPal. And he started with PayPal to disrupt American money systems. Not disrupt like be a pioneer, but disrupt as in to ruin. Because they knew they were going to crypto. They knew they were going to create that next. Because that's what digital money is. Like, you know, we went from paper, literal paper and money, to being able to move money online, to different kind of fungible tokens or whatever that is, to crypto. It's a natural progression, but it's what they always had in mind. It's what they always had in mind. It's just we don't think about it because, one, we didn't create it, and two, if you're not an evil piece of shit, why would you think about it? I once heard, be glad you can't understand why people are the way they are. Like, bad people are the way they are. Because that means you're not a bad person. All right. So 5 of Wands, though, in reverse is the same thing, which is get out of the rat race. Like, get out of this competition. Get out of this, like, get out of the web. And it's interesting. This feels like an absolute warning. Because if we don't, we're giving up our power, bro. Like, 10 of Wands, the burden. Think about the fact that people can contact you 24/7 if they want to. I hate that. That's why I'm deliberately not answering phone calls or deliberately not returning a text message, because I have to train you and me that I'm not available all the time. You know, like, I miss those days where if I wasn't home, I missed your call. Thank you. Leave it on the voicemail. You know, being a person who's been in both worlds is just such a weird thing. You know, I remember 98-cent gas. Like, hey, I remember when $20 can get you a full tank. They expect you to answer all the time and everything. It's like, baby, I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. It's like with the King of Wands in reverse, this is losing your autonomy. This is losing your leadership. This is losing your own way while they celebrate and dance with more money. I still don't understand. I still don't understand the purpose of more money. I don't like understand the purpose of more than you need, can give away, and could, like, in a lifetime. I don't understand the purpose of it. Like, if I had $1 billion, I would be Mackenzie, like Mackenzie ex Bezos. I would be her. Like, okay, you need it. I'm not going to just give it to you, you know, hey, ladybug. Meaning, like, you do need to, I don't want to say deserve it, but, like, you do need to have a purpose for it. I'm not going to just give it to you. Like, you don't do that to people because you block their blessings of learning. But also, if you feel compelled to be a blessing, then it'd be great to have it. You know what I mean? At work, I tell them when I'm with you, I'm with you. Yep. When I'm with you, I'm with you. But when I'm not, I'm not. Okay. So, and that's really interesting, though. And I think for those of us who are like Gen X, elder millennial, like those of us who knew what it meant to play outside and not be worried about being snatched up. Like, we literally were outside all day and nobody was like checking on us, didn't call us on the cell phone. We knew to be home by the sun, you know? And as you got older, you knew you better be home before the sun comes up. If you didn't have a different kind of, what do you call it? Curfew. So it's just like, I miss those days, bro. Like the Six of Cups, like being able to be there and then being in this world. I'm glad I grew up with the internet in a slow pace instead of like these younger people who are just in there. But just the fact that the internet exists means that all the trafficking ramped up, all of it, because now they have a way to make more money. Because think about it. If Jeffrey was able to do that, well, actually, Jeffrey got started when the internet became public, really. Damn. Thank you, boo. Damn. Isn't that wild? Because think about it. Like, we're hearing things about like 95. Now, T-Rump is different. He's been doing those things probably since he was a teenager, likely. I'm not curious. Let me take that back. I'm not curious about what happened in military school. All I know is he went from being a snot-nosed kid at 13 years old to a story I read about him dangling some boy out of a window. And we know about his proclivities. You don't just start liking boys. So I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But there's something interesting there. Anyway, off of that. We're going the wrong place. We're going in the wrong way. Yeah, Alex, you know what Alex reminds me of? Because I wonder if he is actually doped up. Because, and I don't mean this in a negative way at all, but he reminds me of somebody with like cerebral palsy or Parkinson's. You know, like where you can't control. Like I had a friend who had, she must have got bitten by a tick because it like happened when she was like 13 or something. And all of a sudden, like, she couldn't control her limbs and stuff. And it was just so weird. Like, they just start shooting out. And I was like, what is this? Because I think they said something about cerebral palsy. But I'm like, but you would always have that, wouldn't you? But anyway, that's what Alex reminds me of. He reminds me of a special needs kid. In a way. Now, mind you, I think all of their evil asses are neurodiverse. It's just they're the bad side of neurodiverse. Like T-Rump is definitely on the spectrum. Okay. This is good. Okay. Actually, I'm sorry. I was trying to understand what this is. Yeah, I think she had to have been bitten by a tick or something because it just happened when she was 13 and it was so weird. And then I had a student later on get bitten by a tick also. And she was like 10th grade, 11th grade. And you just watch this brilliant person become a shell of herself. It's interesting. Oh, I just didn't know ticks were like such an issue like that. So it's like, I don't know if I'm going camping ever. If I do, I'm wearing hats. Like, I don't know. And I think it's because people go camping or they live in woods or something. Because don't they just like fall out of a tree or something? It's, oh God, it's, but don't they have like now some kind of blood thing that they're doing? I think I heard something about like some kind of blood changing thing. Oh, they're in the yards too? Oh my God. I remember my grandmother got too old to take care of her puppies. And next thing you know, her house was infested with ticks. That might be what happened to her. She might have gotten bit by one. Anyway, this is interesting. So I got the Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. This feels like, to answer the question of what we're asking about these guys anyway, it feels like, yes, drugs, you know, and still power trip, you know, yes, natural born things such as being on a spectrum, and power trip, you know, feeling on top of the world, having more money than Cronus, like, and feeling, and that's the thing. Okay, so we just watched Peter, right? Peter is chasing immortality. Apparently, everywhere here has a deer. Yeah, I heard about it being deer or something like that too. Apparently, interesting. Peter, this is allegedly, and this is a rumor, and this is in an article that you can find just by Googling, but apparently he drinks youth blood. It's weird. Look, as I'm talking about Peter, oh my God, he is dark magic. Holy fudge. First card I saw, Ace of Wands in reverse. This is a misuse of power. Then Magician in reverse, a manipulator, a person trying to be a wizard or a warlock, trying to be God of some sort, right? And then having the message backwards, like this is the eight of Wands in reverse. It's like having the wrong message. And Six of Cups, being stuck, like unable to grow, unable to join adults, so to speak. He is incredibly dark energy. He is very much so wanting to be the Antichrist. And that's the thing. I think he wants to be the Antichrist. But he's not. And I think he hates that T-Rump is more important than he is. He does. He absolutely hates it. He's always had plans to overtake, well, everything, but overtake especially the orange guy. He hates that man so much. But he's been a useful idiot. It's been able to get things pushed in. It's so weird. I'm getting like downloads as we're talking, because as I'm saying that, I suddenly get this push in my mind of his other PayPal Mafia guy, David, who is the czar of AI and crypto. I get him pushing in as he's telling him, like, no, chill. Like when I said he's the useful idiot, I immediately felt David come in. And he's the one who's like, we need more things done, and we can get them done this way, you know. That keeps anybody from questioning them because they're pushing AI. So that's exactly the kind of thing, but he's trying to speed it up. He's trying to speed up like right now, because, okay, he senses narco moving in. It's not even about sensing narco. He's getting reports that narco is moving in. So he's feeling that pinch too. He's feeling that time. Yep. There's a chariot. He's moving fast. So I do think we talked about changing of the guard. I think it's going to happen extremely fast. And there he is again, trying to do what he needs to do. The Temperance. That's interesting. All right, so let's talk about May then.